Hey, it's Eric G. Around the House is sponsored by Baldwin Hardware. For 75 years, Baldwin Hardware has been known for its first-class quality and craftsmanship in door and cabinetry hardware. As an alumnus of the Baldwin Hardware Design Council, I can say I have seen the details and quality from design to the finished product. If you're looking for a new style and old-world craftsmanship, I can tell you there is only one Baldwin Hardware. Check out what would look great in your home at baldwinhardware.com.
It's Around the House. When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to the Around the House show, where we hope you get the most out of your home through information and education. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Eric G. This is our midweek special, where we talk about the stuff that's going on that's not making it into last week's show and, well, not going to make it into this weekend's show. And we've got a lot going on this week. I've been jamming on some great projects and interviews. We just went out. It'll be coming up on this weekend's show. Bradley and I were out at Benchmade Knives, and so we got to watch how those guys make high-quality knives just literally 20 minutes from my house, which is really cool. So I was out there playing around with those guys, and that's going to be a great show coming up. We'll be talking about that later, but I wanted to talk today a little bit about housing affordability and some of the issues that we're seeing out there right now. This weekend, we're going to have a discussion about affordable housing in one of the hours of the show. But I just saw an interesting study come out here in the last day or so, and it was a new report from real estate data provider ATTOM, ATTOM. And they went out and researched and looked at the median home prices for about 575 U.S. counties, and found that in home prices in 99% of those areas are beyond the reach of the average income earner who makes $71,214 a year. So with mortgage rates being over 7%, and, of course that adds, hundreds or thousands per month to a potential home payment, depending on the kind of house you're getting and what you're paying for. And then the issue that we also have is people like me, that if I wanted to go sell my house, I'm not getting that low single digit rate that I've got now. So of course you look around and go, why would I want to pay double my rate by moving? So people aren't moving as much. And so what that does, though, is that causes some issues for people out there that have to move because of something going on in their life. Maybe, they get married, they got a baby, they're moving across the country, divorce, whatever that is. That leads to lack of inventory, which keeps housing prices higher. So that's kind of a big issue that we see out there. And in August, the national median existing home price was at $407,100. And that was up almost 4% from a year ago. And that's from that's National Association of Realtors is who came up with that number. But then, we've seen mortgage rates go up, multiple points from the, 3.5 that it was a handful of years ago up to, I think, recently I saw 30 years about 7.19, depending where you look. But that's pretty average right now. So you can see what's going on with that. That has created a whole bunch of issues out there. And it's really made for unaffordable housing for people. Now, here's my prediction. And again, I'm not an economist, so I don't want to pretend to play one on television here. But here's the issue that we have. The issue that we have is that I don't think housing prices are going to change anytime soon. And here's why. My prediction is that for interest rates to drop down to where they were, we're going to have a recession, which means that the Fed has to go in and go, oh my gosh, economy's cranking, lower interest rates. And we'd have to really see that turn around. And maybe we are heading into one. I mean, that is a possibility with what we see going on. So really what you see here is you're going to have to see some kind of a market. I don't want to use crash. It's too big of a word, but we've got to have a severe market slowdown out there for that to go down, for us to have something that's going to change that. But then what happens when that is is that you have people losing a lot of jobs, a lot of layoffs, the economy's bad, so that means more people are out of work. So I don't see that we have a housing crash coming, but I do see that I think we've got high interest rates probably for another year. And then we might start seeing it slowly go back down again. If we did see a big crash where all of a sudden the economy tanked and they took a couple points off the interest rate, I think we would see a huge spike in housing prices because all of a sudden people would be selling and buying. And of course, that ends up where prices go up through the roof. So, the problem that we have, though, is that prices are going to be still unaffordable as mortgage rates continue to rise. So that's one of the things out there. And of course, first-time home buyers, have their own problem out there. Now, here's the thing. The government typically says that an unaffordable house is somebody that has to pay more than about 28, 29, maybe 30% of their income towards paying for a house. Now, that's factoring the mortgage payment, homeowners insurance, property taxes, that kind of stuff. But really now, that's for most people, that's actually at 35%. And so that's what we're seeing now is that 28 is now at 35 just because of what all those things are. And so really, my best bet for people out there is if you're going to move, you're going to buy something, I'd sure go take a look out in the Midwest someplace, hope you like the cold. You're going to North Dakota, South Dakota, places like that still have affordable places, but you are going to be in a more rural environment compared to if you're at, a major city across the U.S. But there are places that you can live if you can find a job, but it's not going to be in the hot places that you think so. You're not going to be living on the beach and have an affordable house anywhere here in the U.S. And that's pretty much what we see. So just something to be careful with out there, guys. And I wish everybody well on their housing and getting stuff straightened out. And, ride this one out, guys. It's going to change around. It does, these are the cycles we go through. I've been doing, home construction, design, remodeling for 30 years, and we've been through all the different cycles. And this one kind of reminds me of when I was a kid in the Jimmy Carter era, where, for a few years, things were really ugly. And then, things change and interest rates go down and we get back into a more booming economy. So we're just going to have to let the economists do their thing and get this stuff straightened around. Well, hey, if you want to watch some of my videos that we've got now, almost 100 we're getting close to 200 videos, actually. Head over to aroundthehouseonline.com. You can take a look at my content over there, part of the Around the House Northwest television show. And you can catch that anywhere. If you're not catching the show out there, make sure you're grabbing that out there. You can catch it on Amazon, Hulu. Just look for the Fox 12 Oregon stuff that you see here, and you can find it there, or you can stream it at kptv.com and just go to the Around the House page over there as well. So, all right, everybody, have a great rest of the week. Happy Wednesday, and, keep on maintaining that house. Things are going to turn around, and we will see that. It's just not going to be tomorrow. So let's ride this one out. All right, everybody, have a great rest of the week. We'll see you on Saturday. Thanks for tuning in to Around the House.
Somewhere unseen and undiscovered, anywhere beyond the mean. Life is a love song, let's be lovers. We're all over the radio. Take my hand, I know where to go. All over the radio with you.
Hey, it's Eric G. from Around the House. Are you planning a decking or siding project this year? If you are, you've got to check out my friends at Millboard. Millboard is a completely different kind of composite decking and cladding that enhances outdoor spaces with enduring distinction. Hand-molded from the finest oak, it realistically mimics the natural grain and color of premium hardwood. If you're looking for something that doesn't look like plastic and instead real wood, check out millboard.com. Make sure and check out that interview we did just a few weeks back. That's millboard.com.